everyone, welcome back to RTS, and what are we going to do? Well, we are on week 6 of our summer space shape up. Yes, can you believe we are halfway through? Which means we are halfway through summer. Ooh, yikes, I know, but we're not going to think about that. We are just going to put that out of our mind. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to look to our left, look to our right. What do we have? What is on your desk or work surface that shouldn't be? You know, throw it in that bin, just get it off your desk, and that's all you have to do. Just keep your desk clean. In fact, if that's all you do all summer in this series, then you're doing good, because honestly, that means you're having room to craft. Okay, so then your inspiration. Are you putting these away? Okay, because if you sit down and you have a clean desk, you need to have inspiration to get you going, right? Absolutely. Okay, so then after inspiration, how's your pattern paper, your cardstock, your paper pads, your scraps? How's all the paper situation going? Okay, and it's okay if you just put it all in a pile and you deal with it later, or you deal with it 5 minutes at a time, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I have a huge pile that I'm just working on a little bit at a time, and I still have some, and I keep adding to it because I'm working on projects. But it's all good, right? Now, I will tell you, my desk has been staying pretty clean, and before I turned the video on, get my items out, my desk was spotless. I mean spotless. Well, that's not exactly true. Full disclosure, okay? You want to see something? This is no joke, this is my stack of notes for items that I want coming up on this channel. I have a ton of notes. I have a ton of ideas. I have a ton of series that I have in my brain. Okay, so that's exciting. I mean, who knows what we're going to end up doing. And plus, my subscribers give me awesome feedback of things that they want to see coming up. So I love that. Okay, so maintain your desk, handle all your paper situation as we keep going forth. Okay, so what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, you know what I'm going to say, because after you have a clean desk and after you have the paper and the inspiration, what's the next thing we need? The most important thing of all, photos. Again, so deal with a handful of photos, and again, 15 minutes at a time. If that means simply just going through your camera or your iPhone or on your computer and just maybe deleting some bad photos, that's what you could do. Okay, now last week I gave some tips on photos. I want to give one more tip this week. Keep your photos away from the dust and sunlight. Whatever you can do, protect them, okay? And last week I showed like little pockets you can make. So keep your photos dust free. You'll thank yourself later if you do that little step. Okay, so after our photos, what do we got up for this week? Are you ready? Oh my. Page protectors. And I know I'm going to have a glare, so I'll put something. Let me get a piece of pattern paper. Okay, page protectors. These are slippery little boogers, aren't they? Yes, and they just slide. They don't stack well. I will tell you what you can do for a quick fix is just find a box of bin or one of those great big Dollar Tree bags that I keep talking about, and just simply put them in there, because this is again another thing you want to keep dust free, especially the very tops. The very tops get dusty very quick on anything. Now if you have a box of them, like this is what mine might come in, just simply put them back in the box rather than just have them lay here and lay there and this and that, and then just gather them all up. You don't have to do anything great with your page protectors, because in level 2 I'm going to talk about it. So just gather them all up, get them away from the sunlight and the dust. You see how this box is open? Yeah, it's going to get dusty, so protect them. Let's give them some love and attention. Just get them all in one place. Okay, now there's something I wanted to say about page protectors. Oh yes, here's something, whether you're level 1 or level 2. This is something I want you to think about during your summer space shape up. And this is one of them when it comes to page protectors. Think about where you really need your page protectors. I mean, honestly, there's no sense them being in your scrap room if you use them where your albums are, because not everybody has their albums in their scrap room. I don't. I do have no room in my scrap room for my albums. They're down in my living room. So that's where my page protectors are stored, some of them, okay? And I will talk about that in level 2, okay? Because coming up tomorrow, if all goes well, there will be a video showing how I organize my page protectors, because I have more than one and I have them stored, how I can access them, okay? So I'll talk about that, but that, other than just gathering them up and making sure they're staying dust free for the summer and for the fall, because it's going to come quicker than we think about where you store them, okay? And for example, if you you finished the layout, give yourself a minute to think, when I'm finished with the layout, do I put it in a page protector right then and there? If you do, well then you want it near your space and your desk, okay? Or someplace easily accessible. But if you put them, like for me, I take a whole afternoon and I'll put them in page protectors, which goes in my albums, which is in my living room. So there's no sense them being in my scrap room. So think about storing them where you use them. And that's going to be different for everybody. And there's no right way, no wrong way. Okay. So page protectors, we're going to give them some love and attention this week. Okay. So now page protectors. What's after page protectors? Well, this and this and this and this, and you know where I'm going. Yes, punches. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, for our level 1 gals, what are we going to do? We're simply just going to gather our punches. Again, a box or a bag or a bin off your desk and not on the floor, because have you ever stubbed your toe on a container of punches? Raising my hand. Yes, I have, because I have a true problem with things being on the floor. Okay, I think I'm left-handed, but I think I have 2 left feet as well. Honestly, I do. So honestly, what you're going to do is just gather up. And here's the thing too, we're all working on projects. If you're working on a project, there's no sense putting them away and digging them back out. Put them away, digging them back out. So just put them in a bin like I have right here, and then just put it someplace on a shelf or something until you can get to it. Okay, because level 2, you know what we're going to do. But dealing with punches will be coming up, because I think there's a whole thought process and there's a whole thing you can do, and I don't think there's any one way to handle punches, because they're all different sizes. But we'll talk about that later. Okay, this week we are simply just going to gather them up, and if you see some that you don't like, purge. If you see what's missing, we'll get into that to level 2. Okay, so just gather your punches, give them some love. Maybe play with some punches. Okay, so what's up next? Do I even want to go? Okay, because page protectors were enough, but honestly, that's not really a big job. Punches, just putting them in a bin, no big deal. But what's up next? You ready? Well, we knew this was gonna come, right? Are you all shaking your head? We all knew this day was gonna come when I was gonna address this category. Washi. Okay, washi. Washi. What else I got going here? Washi. Washi. More washi. More washi. Okay, now that's not even the tip of the iceberg for my washi. But what we're going to do is we're going to address the washi, and we all have them laying around just because we buy it so often. Okay, now I will tell you, since I've been on my spending freeze, I really haven't bought any washi, but I have a lot of washi, and I've been gifted a lot of washi. Okay, so I have some just in bowls. So that's what I would suggest for level 1 gals. Find a decorative bowl or bin, put those puppies in there, have it sitting pretty, and then use it over the summer. That's all you have to do, because I love having it in bowls. I really do. Okay, now we're going to talk about this more in level 2, but for right now, put it in a bowl, a basket, or a bin, and have it sitting pretty on your desk and use it. And you'll see in a lot of my videos, my process videos, especially 1 to 31, I use washi a lot. Okay, so go look that up. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Yeah, is that all? Yes, that's all. Other than one thing. Do you have a favorite punch? List that below. Do you have a favorite washi? And I will tell you my favorite washi of all time is this Glitz Design Yellow Anchor washi. That's my yellow. It's been my favorite. I've had 4 or 5 rolls, and that's all I have left. And I will tell you, I just had another one that's my favorite. Where did it go? Maybe I lost it because I was just playing with it. Okay. Oh, why? Where did it go? There it is. This one. This is my next favorite washi. Because a lot of Disney pages, it's perfect. But there's a downfall. Sometimes the older your washi gets, sometimes it's hard to get off the roll. Okay, but those are my 2 favorite washis. Okay, but if you have a favorite washi, list it below. If you have a favorite punch, list it below. And I will tell you what my favorite punches are. Well, let's all say right now, circle punches is going to make everybody's list. So forget about your circle punches. My hexagon punches are my next favorite punches. So what is yours? List that below. Okay, so now if you are a level 2 gal, let's get cracking because we got some stuff to do, girls. Oh my, yes we do. We have some stuff to do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and just give me a minute because I could put all this lusciousness away. I mean, you just can't get enough of this stuff. But I use it. And I will tell you, I use it for mailing and all kinds of stuff. So, and it's affordable. You can't go wrong. Okay, so what are we going to do? First thing we're going to do is our basket and bin. Now, how is this going for you? I will tell you, mine's getting smaller. My sister came. I got some things given to her. I'm putting some photos away. I got some projects going on. You know I got to dress my washi this week. So, it's going very good. Okay? Now, if you didn't start with a basket or bin, that's okay. You might want to start week 6. Just grab a basket and bin, and that'll help you maintain your area. Okay? Again, a pile. I will be working on piles till week 12. I know I will because I just have piles and that's okay. But I know it's on my list every week. I'm reminded to go look at a pile and I give it at least 15 minutes, sometimes 20. And then the next thing we're going to do, page protectors. Okay? Now, what are we going to do? Well, you're going to do more than just gather them, and you're going to think about where you store them, because that's the key thing. You know, keeping them dust-free, and then where do you use them? But then we're going to go a step further, and we're going to organize them if you want to. Okay? So you're saying, well, how am I going to organize page protectors? And this will be different for everybody because everybody will have different size and styles of page protectors. Okay? Now, I'm just going to give a little bit of what I do, but again, ooh, this glare. But up tomorrow, there should be a video, and it'll go into longer detail. So if you're level 2 gal and you want to do a little bit more with your page protectors, you know, hop over to that and see what's going on. But you're actually going to organize them and think about something better than this. Okay, especially now if you only use 12 by 12 empty page protectors like this, that's it. They're just plain page protectors. You simply could just keep them in a box and you're done. But if you're like me, and say if you're you know, you're a pocket page gal, oh my goodness, all the configurations you get in a page protector gives you a headache. Okay, so I'll give you a quick look at something you can do. Put them in a binder. Okay, I'm going to give a quick look because there's glare. I don't want to do that, but I will tell you, check out the video. It should be up tomorrow, and I'll go into detail how I organize my page protectors because that's a little bit too much for this video. So you're actually going to organize them and get them corralled in a better fashion just than in a box, okay? If you want to use them in a different manner. Again, if you only have that one size, there's no sense, you know, spending time organizing them, but simply just putting them in a binder or a leftover album, your biggest help. That'll be a really big help for you. Okay, so then what we're going to do with punches, okay? Well, no, wait, I got to back up. Page protectors. Once you get them gathered and organized in a fashion, you're going to take inventory, okay? Because I will tell you, after I organized mine and I saw what I had, I was like, I have no business buying any more divided page protectors. I mean, none. And so I just did not know I had that many. So that's a little bit of an eye-opener. So again, take a quick inventory. You need 4x6 divided page protectors. You don't need 4x6. Maybe you just need regular 12x12. Okay? And so again, if you want more details, hop on over tomorrow and my video for my organizing page protectors should be up. Okay, so then again, punches. Okay, now you're going to do a little bit more than just gathering them in a basket. Okay, now this is a big category, and so we're not going to go hot and heavy into this week because there's a lot you can do with punches. But I say gather them. I would do a quick look. If there's something you don't like, purge it. Okay, and again, another quick inventory. I still want to buy that hexagon punch. I'm missing, I want to get a 1/2 inch circle punch. Take a quick note of something you want, and if there's, go through your edge punches. If there's something not really, just recently I gave my sister a couple because they just weren't my favorite, and I thought, let her use them and enjoy them. So maybe there's a couple you want to purge, or maybe there's a couple you've been wanting to get. Put it on that wish list that we've been running along, okay? Now, another thing you can do is maybe think about, down the road when we talk about punches, where would you like to have them? Okay, because you kind of have to think about the end before you can start with the beginning. And so think about, where would you like to have your punches? And for everybody that's going to be different because it depends on space. For punches, you need space, okay? And we'll talk about that in a few months. But just kind of give an idea, because there is some products out there Okay, and I want to show you one that I recently, as in, well, last year, looked into, and that was these, oh, and that's not going to help, that's a glare, is these Tiffany Spalding punch bags. Okay, and this is, I only have a couple because I was trying them out, and so you can get a lot of mini punches in this, and so that might be something you want to think about. And I don't suggest going to go buy something. This was something I thought about for like, I don't know, 9 months before I decided to try one out. And so what this is you open this up and it has this tray. Okay, now I'm not saying that, you know, this would work for everybody, but I'm someone, I have bookcases, and so this just sits on my bookcase. Okay, so then I could just bring that to my desk really quick. So it's one of those things. For your small punches, you have to think what you want to do. Your medium punches, you have to think about what you want to do. Okay, look, you can only get, what, 6 punches on that. Okay, so again, this has just been a trial run for me. I'm not totally sold on this system yet, and I haven't totally decided on that system yet. I'm giving it a trial run. Okay, and I know that sounds crazy, but honestly, I'm not going to invest, you know, $8 in a bag and get several if it's not something I think it's going to work for me. So I'm just giving it a trial run, but you know, they're very durable. I will definitely say that. So again, and I have some punches like this. I have some punches in a hat box. I have some punches on a shelf. They're all over the place because, you know, it's space. Okay, so just give a little bit of thought about maybe in the future, write it down on in your journal, on your list of maybe what you can think about, or maybe you already have your punches organized in a fashion you like. Please share below. Okay, so then what are we going to do with our washi? Oh, this is going to be a different situation for everybody, because I will tell you, everybody has a different level of how much washi they have, and everybody has a different level how much washi they want. Now there's some gals that you can never have too much washi, and I'm kind of a little bit there and kind of not a little bit there. You can have too much of anything, but, well, paper. Can you have too much paper? I don't know. But washi, you know, once you get to a certain amount, you have, you know, you can only use so much. So I would say you need to think, are you at that stage where you have enough washi and it goes on your wish list to, or your list not to buy any more washi, or you're only someone that's just now getting into washi. I was a couple years behind on the game because I really didn't think I would like it. Now look, see what I have. Okay, so it's one of those things, you take a quick inventory. Do you want to buy some, or do you need to quit buying some? Because I'm sure you're going to be on one or the you're going to be in one group or the other. Either you have enough or you don't have enough. There's, you know, I doubt there's a middle ground for most of us. So I would say gather it up, put it in a pretty bowl just like in level 1. But then what I would suggest is maybe think about, again, in the future, how would you like to organize your washi? And, you know, depending on if you got a little or got a lot, like Tiffany says, it's going to depend on how you organize it. Okay, now I don't suggest going out and buying a box and a bin and all this to store washi, because it would have to be a big container for washi. So I'll talk about this upcoming, how I organize my washi, but I have some by color, and then I have some in bowls, and then some's just, you know, in another big bowl. So it's one of those things. There's no one size fits all. You may simply want to say, I'm going to go through this and I'm going to purge. Or maybe what you can do is put all your washi together, and that's a fun little activity. Okay, and then you can say, you know what, I have 25 blacks and I have 50 green. I maybe don't need all of them. Or you can say, I have no purple. So that's what you would write on your wish list. You need a purple washi and you don't buy anything else, okay? And so then also too, metallics, you know, what do you have too much of? What do you not have enough of? Things like that, okay? And then what you can do, if you're ambitious, and it depends on how much you have. This is something I definitely could not do, is you could take an inventory of your washi, meaning you could do something where you have washi samples, and then you would have that as a reference rather than going through something like this. Now, if you're someone who's got a lot, scrap that. Don't even bother because it's very time consuming, okay? So you're better off just to kind of put them by color, okay? That's what I would suggest. Now, I wouldn't do swatches because it's very time consuming. And then also too, I have found that my swatches didn't stay on things very well. So you know, again, it's what you want to do with your next step for washi. It will be different for everybody. You simply maybe want to do a quick inventory. I don't need any more washi. Quick inventory, I need some green washi. Or two, you may say, I only have maybe 30 washis. I could do a sample. There you go. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, so that is what we're going to do in level 2. Basket and bin, address a pile. Do a little bit more with your page protectors rather than just gathering them up. You know, do a quick inventory. Put them in group by size. Put them in group by divided page protectors or regular 12 by 12. And I'll show you something else I have with page protectors. In my space, I have page protectors that are different sizes, but then I also have page protectors that they're like older ones or ones I don't care for. Like these were by American Crafts. I don't care for them, so I use them when I'm making page kits or I'm storing scraps, and I have 8 by 8 sizes. Really not getting rid of them just yet. So I just have these stored within another page protector, and I just have them as my leftovers, or you know, not my favorites, or ones I use for other projects. So these ones that really aren't going to be used for layouts, you could simply house those too, okay? And just get them corralled. That's all you have to do. And then with your punches, give a little bit more further look at your punches. Say, oh, I need to maybe get my hexagon punches and put them closer to my desk. And that's what I did a year or so ago. I use my hexagon punches all the time, and I kept having to go get them. I thought that makes no sense, so they are near my desk, okay? You may want to do that with your circle punches. And I will tell you, any type of punch you have near your desk, you're going to use more, okay? And then say, maybe I want to do a little bit of planning of how I want to do my punches down the road. Okay, or you may want to purge some. And the same way with washi. You may want to purge some. You may want to organize it by color, or you may want to just throw it in a great big bin, put it in on a place on your desk, and make it look pretty. No wrong way, no right way. Okay, and that's one thing I want to say. If anybody ever makes you feel bad how you do something, send them my way, because I'll set them straight, because there is no wrong way or right way to do anything when it comes to scrapbooking, crafting, you name it. There just isn't. It's a personal thing, okay? So sometimes I get tired of people getting on their soapbox, but we'll go off of that. Okay, so that is our week 6 of our summer space shape up. Stick with it, ladies, because I tell you what, when you have a clean space and pretty little things that inspire you, and it just makes you want to sit down and scrap, that's what it's all about. You know it's working when you walk into your room and you see your desk and you're like, oh, I can't wait to scrap, rather than walk into your room like, I don't think I want to scrap. There's a difference, okay? And that's what this summer space shape up was all about, to get us keep scrapbooking over the summer. Okay, that's week 6. If you have any questions, leave it below. And remember, I have that giveaway coming up, so hop over. And we probably by now just finished our 4 for 4 series. So if you haven't seen what that's all about, hop over. There's some other DIY videos popping up. There's a major building page kits series coming up, so hit that notification button. There is a lot happening on this RTS train. Okay, so that's week 6, and come back to RTS, because you never know what we're gonna do. Bye.